live right now. It is 7:30 here in Alaska. It is another glorious morning, and I look forward to sharing with you today. Uh, During the night, I heard this really strange sound, so I got up and looked, and there was a moose next to our truck here at the lodge, and it was super cool, and it was super funny because I videoed him. And by the way, stay tuned. Things have been very rapid and fast for the last 3, 4 months, but I've been like photo documenting and doing some short videos here and there. And I'll be doing a compilation. And once we get out to the bluff, which I'll share in a minute, I will be, we'll be staying constant out there and sharing the process with you, as well as getting out there. But this moose kept looking in the window of the truck and kept looking in the mirror at itself. It was so funny. I've seen his tracks around here. I couldn't tell if it was a he or she, but I've seen the tracks real close here. So I knew there was one around. I kept looking. So I got to see my moose right here. We've seen many moose so far and many eagles. So I want to ask you this. What are you doing today to improve your tomorrow? It's a super important question, and I'm just going to share with you real quick. If you're not in the Word, if you're not reading the Bible, you're missing out. That's a great way to start. If you don't have anything else or know anything else to do, it should be the first place we turn. The other thing is, if you are on a healing journey, the best thing I did for myself was I purchased myself a journaling Bible. And I think if you go to faithledhealing.com/journal Bible, you will find the one I'm referring to. I've shared this many times, but I started defacing the Bible. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just always was afraid to write in it. So I started writing in it. I was coloring in it because there's color pages in this Bible. So, and the notes that I wrote in that Bible during my own journey have nurtured me ever since. And I want to remind you today that the faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. I say to myself, the Lord is my inheritance, therefore I will hope in him. Every morning we get a new start. Michelle. Every morning, we don't have to wait for a new year to come. That's why I keep saying New Year's resolutions are a form of expectation. I removed that word from my vocabulary 20 years ago. It has saved me so much. And I want you to be excited. Yes, absolutely. Great is his faithfulness, Miss Vicky. Absolutely. Good morning, Miss Laura. We need to hone in on that. Regardless if we are in a healing journey or not, we need to hone in that every day is a new day. Every day is a new start. We are imperfect. We are cracked vessels. We are broken. But we have a God so big, so big. And I pray wholeheartedly that you have seen his hand in my family's life. Even if you've only been joining me for a month, I hope that you're seeing his hand, because every week I'm going to share with you how his hand is so visible. And that's today's topic. Are you seeing the hand of our Maker? He's there. And this is something else I want to mention today. Instead, let us test and examine our ways. Let us turn back to the Lord. Let us lift our hearts and our hands to God in heaven. I'm a sinner just like the rest of you. I'm a cracked vessel. I was chasing life. I knew, I believed, I loved, I prayed, but I wasn't honed in. I wasn't fully connected. I was still living in the world, cussed like a sailor. I did, and then I was called out. I was called to stand out in a different way. And I hope and pray that you guys have that calling on your life. None of us are perfect. And the faith I have, because I hear people say this all the time, and in some ways it hurts my heart. I wish I had faith like hers. I'm grateful that my faith shows, but please don't ever negate the fact that what I have, you can't. What I have is open for the taking. It's just that we need to embrace it. We need to do something better every day. Do something every day to better our tomorrow. And that starts with us. Yes, you came when I called. You told me, do not fear. Lord, you have come to my defense. You have redeemed my life. These are such amazing promises. This is all Lamentations. It's in Lamentations 3. And they're good promises. They're good places to plant your feet. I don't only deface my Bible, I deface the cover. This is sheep hide, and I just continue to do on here what I'm led to do. And if you noticed, it says obedient. That has been my word for 3 years, as well as yield. And I think those are the two greatest words that we can hone in on. Being obedient to the calling he has for us and yielding to his hand. Now, let me share with you. Last week when I was talking with you guys, I shared that we were supposed to close Wednesday, but there was all kinds of upheaval, and it was very clear the enemy was working. And he was. And everybody that was working for us in the title company, our realtor, they were all disheveled. They were all feeling really bad for us because they figured we were super stressed out. You guys saw me last week. We were not stressed. We were trusting Papa. And I have to share this realization with you guys. Okay, bear with me here. There's a bunch rolling through my mind. So we closed Friday. Now, what's rolling through my mind here that's so important to share is that we felt kind of numb. You know, we were driving, we had some errands to run, and we signed Thursday. Everything was official Friday. And we're driving, and it's like we felt numb. And I'm like, are we numb? Is it just that because of all the upheaval that it's just like, okay, it's done, we're good, great, kind of thing? There wasn't like extreme celebration. Like, you guys know me, I get excited. And it was weird. We were super excited. We can't wait to get out there. But here's what Papa pressed on me. Those of you that have been following me for a long time, you know that I no longer experience fear, worry, anxiety, depression, none of those, nothing. And when I first understood what was happening, I felt like there was something wrong with me. I was in a new season, and I felt like I suddenly was emotionless. Like, wow, have I just become so numb to the world and things around me that I'm totally emotionless? And then he pressed on me, no, my faith grew bigger than my fears. So it was a new season, and it's been really cool because I don't experience fear and worry. Like, through this process, if it wasn't for him, we ask him to make it crumble. So if it would have fallen apart, we just roll to the next thing. So what we established and what he pressed on me when we were driving and we found out that we were the official owners was that we're no longer excited about the things of the world. Like, that news was not the greatest excitement. And trust me, this is our life dream. The excitement is a daily thing of hanging on to his robe hem and going wherever he's taking us. That, my friends, is the excitement. And that is what we wake up to every day, being excited to see what he has for us, not what the world has for us, not what piece of property we just purchased. And let me tell you, he worked out every detail. And it just continues to flow in such an incredibly amazing way. Um, Now, for those of you that are just jumping on here and don't realize what we just purchased, we purchased a property 20 miles upriver. There is no road. It's either a boat, snow machine, and for those of you in the States, that's a snowmobile, snow machine, or a helicopter. So, um, the weather has been weird all over this winter, right? So we had a balmy spell here, so the river wasn't frozen all the way or safe enough to be hauling and traveling. So we've kind of been in a wait. So in that wait, what are we doing? We're doing something every day to better our tomorrow. We've been sorting through things, preparing what we're taking. We've been resting. I don't know if it's that we are live such a clean life and now we are so affected by everything because we were by a cell tower, like not even 50 yards away from a cell tower for the first month of our stay here, which was definitely wreaking havoc on me. I think the water is playing a role here as well. And there's power lines everywhere. So we are being bombarded with things that we've been away from for almost 20 years. So it's a little rough on the body, and we had some digestive issues setting in, which I think is the water. We're not sure, but anyway, we are beginning to feel better. But that so we were resting. We were resting. We're resting where he has us. We're resting in his timing. And guess what? I met a fella at the home church I went to not this past, but the Sunday before, and got to talk to him more at the Thursday Bible study last week. And he connected me with a friend. Well, guess what? His friend is going to be our future neighbor. I mean, miles away and in the bush, but out there. And here and in situations like that, you look out for one another. And I've never felt more connected with people than I do here. Just good-hearted people, really excited to meet you and excited to share with you. They do more sharing of what you need and who you should connect than trying to find out all about you so that they can tell the next person. You know, it's very different. It's very different. And anyway, we talked to this fella yesterday, and he had mentioned a road, and we weren't familiar with the road, and we were going to meet with him today. So I had to get some things to the post office. We ran out, and we found this road, and we were driving on it, and we found another trailhead that enabled us to get onto the main trail a little differently. So I was excited about that. I was taking a picture of the map on the post in the middle of nowhere on this, road. And here comes this older fella on a snow machine. And, he's looking at me like, where did she come from? She's out here in the middle of nowhere.